Hey guys, CJ back here. I know this is Mortal Kombat, but this is a Mortal for discussion video. Essentially my thoughts off the top of my head, without writing anything down, on accessibility features they could implement for the blind. Because for those who don't know, what they have right now is colorblind mode, colorblind settings actually, subtitles, and that's really about it. And there really isn't much more outside of that unless you want to consider the audio settings as accessibility for the blind, which to be honest, they really aren't. But if you guys are interested, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to share them down below. Essentially, my first thing I was thinking was menu narration of some kind. Either pre-recorded voice lines like we have here in Modern Warfare, Mortal Kombat 11, or if they could somehow get integrated text-to-speech, or just somehow allow PlayStation and Microsoft text-to-speech to read in-game, which, to be honest, that ain't gonna work on PlayStation. If that is not possible for whatever reason, can we patch some way to make the menus not wrap around, where if you're at the top of a menu, it doesn't go back to the bottom and keep cycling. It just stops at the top, stops at the bottom, stops to the left, stops to the right, so it's easy to count. There's another thing. The other big thing that I can personally think of is, especially on console with blind players, is aim centering. As to my understanding, if you play on console and you have a mouse and keyboard, there's a setting where it auto-centers your aim after a certain amount of time not moving your aim. And this also happens with driving on console with controller as well. I personally don't understand why that option isn't available for standard console controllers, but if that could be adjusted so that a regular controller input on console could be benefited, that'd be amazing. Just imagine, that would alleviate so much aiming, so many issues that blind people have with aiming in Call of Duty. Like, how do you aim vertically? You don't have to worry about it now because it just recenters. Now, the other major thing that I can think of personally that would be fantastic, for those of you who don't know, Gears of War 4 Horde mode has a thing called a fabricator, which is essentially your mobile base. You place it down, you get weapons, you get different stuff from the fabricator. Essentially, they added an accessibility feature where the fabricator makes a ping, like echolocation style. The closer you are, the faster it pings, and eventually once you're right next to it, it'll just do a constant sound. Now, I think it would be tricky, but I think it could be possible for a system like that to happen with the objectives. For example, say you're playing domination, right? Any flag that you can capture, that is able to be captured, so either enemy, occupation, or neutral flag, there's a pinging sound to identify what direction you need to go to find the flag. Now, this ping only happens when it's an enemy or neutral flag. So if it's controlled by your team, it doesn't need to be observed, right? You don't have to worry about it. So there's no ping to indicate. Same goes for something like headquarters or demolition or search and destroy, cyber attack, kill confirm. Kill confirm would be less ping, more just let the tags make almost like a very quiet sound that's constant, so you can always hear where it's at every direction, and you just walk towards it, and it's just like a constant, think like the doors and debris and Black Ops 4 zombies, that sort of sound. Outside of auto center your aim, outside of objectives having sound effects, and outside of menu narration, I honestly can't think of much more. Outside of those are the three things I can think of off of the top of my head. Outside of, I know some people suggest the whole, what about the sound effect or vibrational effect for aiming, and you can hit the target so it vibrates or makes a sound. That could work, but in reality, the aim assist is enough to handle that, especially on console. Some people suggest that what about vibrational or auditory feedback when running into walls? There's already audio feedback in the sense that you can't move in that direction once you run into a wall. So if you guys can think of anything else, that'd be greatly appreciated. I think what they could do, now I don't know how well they could mess with this, but allow the controller vibration to indicate something in game. Now, of course, it indicates when you take damage, when you shoot, when you reload, when you throw grenades. So it does a good chunk, but maybe, for example, instead of like a ping, well, no, that wouldn't work with a PlayStation controller. Maybe it's like if you're looking at the right direction of an objective, then it starts to vibrate. I don't know. That's another method to that. But like I said, if you guys can think of anything, let me know down below. I'm going to just do a few fights on casual versus, and hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below what kind of topics you guys want to see me cover, or gameplay you want to see me cover. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Casual versus casual versus.
Scorpion, Kotal Khan, Scorpion, Frost, Sonya, Shirai Ryu, Fire Garden.
Stand down.
Round 1, fight!
Just another casualty.
Round 2, fight!
As you were.
Final round, fight!
White flag.
Finish her! Mercy. Finish her! Scorpion wins. Scorpion. Johnny Cage. Tank Garage Bunker. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
I only need one take.
Final round. Fight. Finish him. Mercy. Finish him. Scorpion wins.